Hi Ayush,
Hello, sir.
is my voice audible? It's loud and clear.
Yeah, yeah, it's audible and clear.
Okay, great. So tell me something about yourself.
Okay, sir. So myself, Ayush Singh, and I'm currently in third year of my college. I'm studying in Maharaja Surajmal Institute of Technology in New Delhi, and I'm pursuing B.Tech from IT department, Information Technology.
So what's the best thing about BTech? Like, what's the thing that excites you the most?
Sir, I think the best part uh, about engineering is we get to explore like many fields
So
and
what have you been exploring lately?
So, like I am doing competitive programming, and then I am also studying for my BTech semester AI, machine learning, all that stuff. Like
Okay.
I'm getting the idea, basic idea about every
So
field.
do you like AIML?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What about it?
It's kind of fascinating.
What about it?
Like AI part.
Yeah.
Like I recently, I am very amazed by how Chat GPT is doing cool things.
Okay. You have used
So
ChatGPT?
yes, sir, I am using it to solve my assignments.
That's great. So what's ChatGPT based on?
Uh, that part I still don't know, sir. Like I'm figuring out that part.
Okay, what I
But
want is after this interview, go and check out what
yes,
ChatGPT is based on, how it works, and how it processes that enormous amount of data, right?
yes,
And
sir.
check out the future
Okay,
plans as well. Cool. What they are doing and what exciting things are yet to come.
yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So what we'll be doing today is I'll be giving you a problem,
Yes, sir.
right? I expect you to solve that within half an hour. So we have already consumed 5 minutes. So probably in around 25 minutes, I expect you to solve that particular problem.
Okay, sir.
Consider me to be a noob. Meanwhile, you are coding it up. You have to explain the solution to me. That how you're coming up
Yes,
with that algorithm and how it would work, what will be the time complexity and all that stuff.
okay, sir.
That's fine. That's fine by you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great then. Let me send you the problem. Cool. I've sent you the problem. Is
Uh,
it visible?
can I? Let me see. Just a second.
Yep.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen. Rather, you have to share your screen. Otherwise, I'll I'll not even know what you're doing.
Yes, sir. So,
Cool. Your
as
screen is visible.
okay, sir. I have opened the question link.
Yeah.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, sir. So I'll start reading out the question first.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I have given an integer array nums written all triplets that is this such that they shouldn't be equal and their sum is equals to zero. Okay. Uh, they there shouldn't be any duplicate triplet. Okay. So I have been also given negative integers as well. And then only it makes sense to have their sum equals to zero.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my length is 3000. Okay, so I think I have the question. Now what can I do? Basic approach that comes to my mind is generating all triplets
Okay.
and like checking if their sum is zero,
Mm-hmm.
then I can increase my count. That will take around order of n cube solution.
Okay. Why order of NQ?
Call because I'll loop three times. Like
Okay.
for a particular index, I'll go like I'll take three pointers, and
Mm-hmm.
then for a particular pointer, I'll uh, point another pointer to it, and then for that pointer, I'll point another, and then like checking all the pairs will take order of n cube and
Got it.
complexity. Yeah. So this can be one approach. Uh, like should I optimize it or
Yeah, you'll have to
should
optimize
I
this.
put?
The constraints are so that NQ is
Yeah,
bound to fail, right?
yeah, yeah. I guess order of n square solution should pass.
Right.
Yeah. So for that, what I can think of is something like two pointer plus, yeah, something like two pointers should work.
Okay.
Like I can first of all sort the array
Okay.
so that, huh, and then I can fix one element,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, keeping its value in account, uh, I can keep two pointers, one at my starting position, another at ending position, and I can take their sum.
Okay.
If that is greater, like if that sum plus like my current pointer sum
Mm-hmm.
equals to zero, then I got an answer.
What is your sum plus current pointer sum? So you are taking two
Yeah,
variables I and j, right? So that
yeah,
would
yeah.
give you a sum. What is cur then?
So my current pointer is like one index, uh, like one pointer that I have made fix, and that and sum, like this is my two pointer sum, this part, and
Okay.
this is my current pointer sum.
But then the so this would be a single pointer that would be pointed by cur, right?
Yeah.
So you'll again have to manipulate the value of cur. So wouldn't that become order of n cube again?
Okay, so for that, yeah, it will become order of n cube.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay, so let me take a sample please. First, I got -1, -4. Isn't me?
Okay, let me try to help you a bit. So you are going
Mm-hmm.
in the right direction that two pointers definitely would work. So let's say if I fix a I, right? So I fix
Yeah,
your pointer I. Can you write that so that you don't forget it and it's all cool?
yeah,
Yeah. So you
fix.
fix your I. Then you can say that okay, I've fixed my I. Then I can move some another variable j, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now corresponding to j, can you find all the indices that would satisfy that the value at I plus j plus k is equal to 0?
I think I can do that. Like,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I should first fix my ith position, and
Okay.
then from there, I'll take two pointers.
From where? From where would you take
Uh,
two pointers?
from yeah, ith plus one position to
Okay.
end. Like one would be on ith plus one to one on end.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I will not take uh, previous to like before ith values, cause then, well, I think I can take values before ith pointer as well.
Why would you?
But
Why would you take values before that?
yeah, because like uh, first of all, I will sort the array, so it will be small values, right?
Okay.
And then let's suppose I take a value that's x, and it's
Mm-hmm.
in negative,
Mm-hmm.
because then only my sum will be positive, right? Zero. If
No,
I take
so
negative
the
values at
values that would be before x, you would have already processed it, right? The values that would be before I,
hmm,
you would
hmm,
have
hmm, hmm.
already
Yeah,
processed them.
yeah, yeah. So
Do you
then
want to do
I
repeated
don't.
repetitions or duplicate answer? Do you want to
No,
get
no.
that? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I can't have duplicates, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll not take this. And then
Also, okay, so
I'll.
this seems fine. But one thing,
Hmm,
so over there they've mentioned that duplicate triplet should not be there, right? And
yeah,
have they mentioned the like the definition of a duplicate triplet? Can you check that?
yeah. I think it should be something related to this.
No, so that is the basic criteria. But duplicate
Yeah.
triplet doesn't it mean that the values in those triplets should also not be the same? Can you have
Values
similar
of
value?
duplicate values.
Can you have duplicate values? Okay, that's not a problem. Getting rid of the
So
duplicates is actually a small thing, right? So we can worry about that later. Let's focus on the core
yeah.
algorithm.
Mm-hmm. So. what I can think currently is I'll fix my ith position, right?
Okay.
And then I'll iterate from uh, I plus 1
Okay,
to
you already
my
told
end
about that,
position.
right? You already told about that.
Yeah,
That's I'm fine with that.
yeah.
And how are you
And
gonna
then
store it?
I'll check. I can make a counter variable, and then that
So
will
they are not
check.
asking you for the count. They are actually asking you for the actual
Okay,
triplets.
okay. Actual triplets. So I can make a vector of pair, like in tuples. I can make a vector of tuples.
But they require the answer in vector of int, right? Why would you make it double?
Yeah. So yeah. So I can also make that, and I can store on 0, 1, and 2 position.
Cool. I'm fine
Yeah.
with your algorithm or your approach. Let's code it up.
Yeah. Okay. So for that, let me first make a data structure to store my answer. Now what will I do? I'll iterate a loop that
Mm-hmm.
will store that will fix my first position.
Okay.
So I think let me first make take my size,
Hmm.
and then I can do till n minus 2, because
Yeah, right. I get
like
it.
yeah, okay, so like pair separate should be greater than 3,
Mm-hmm.
equals to 3. Then I'll create a two pointer approach.
Okay.
So for that I can call a function,
Okay.
cal, that will take ith position.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind about I position. That will take two positions.
Okay.
My I plus 1 position
Okay.
and my nth position, like last
Nth or
position.
n minus one.
Yeah, n minus 1, sorry.
Okay.
And it will return a number of pairs.
Are you
It
interested
will,
in the number of pairs or the vectors per se?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It will return an answer. Like I'll
Mm-hmm.
pass this as well,
Okay.
and I'll get a number of tuples, like pairs,
Okay. You'll not get number
triplets.
of tuples, but you'll get all the tuples, right? Or all the triplets, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that have ith position,
Fine.
and like ith plus 1 to nth minus 1 position,
Mm-hmm.
like all pairs that have ith position fixed,
Mm-hmm.
like that all triplets that can be made with ith position as fixed, and then I from I plus 1 to n minus 1 position, I'll
Fine.
get all those.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ayush,
And
instead of calling another function, can we do it over here itself? Because then it would be a lot of
yes,
copying and stuff, and I think we are running short
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
time. Cool.
Okay, okay. So for that, I can make, let me just store nums of I here. Then I can make two pointers.
Okay.
Zip k equals to n minus 1. And I can do something like this.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't be equal. So
Right.
for that, yeah. Uh, so if I'll check if my nums of j plus nums of k is equals to nums of I,
Okay.
then I have my answer. So I can store that
Is
answer.
it so? Yeah, nums j plus nums k is equal to nums I. Is that the condition they're looking for?
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Like if I do a previous part, then I have to make three conditions to check.
Mm-hmm. No, it's fine. It's
So
fine. Yeah.
instead of doing that, I can just simply do
You have
this as well.
assigned it equal. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I can store for that. I can make a vector, or I can
Mm-hmm.
just temporary vector, and that can have my answer as I. So question and
Answer
answer
of
is
Y,
I.
answer of J. Sure about it?
Okay, sorry, sir. It
Okay.
should be nums.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can just push back this into my answer.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I think this will do. I'll just increment my pointers and decrement it as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I think this should work. This will give me all my triplets, and then I can just return it.
Basically, this won't work, but anyway, let's try it.
Okay. Yeah. Before that, I have to sort my array as well.
Okay. Yeah, good thing. You have to sort it.
Yeah.
Okay. Run it.
See.
It still would fail actually.
Okay.
Even if it passes away, it's bound to fail. Can you run it? Submit it.
Yeah.
Just wait. It will fail.
Will it give me a daily? No, it
No,
shouldn't.
it won't give you a TLA. It would give you a WA. See?
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
I can't have multiple,
Duplicate. Yeah.
like same elements,
Right. You can't.
same values of triplets.
Right.
So for that, I can store something like a
Yeah, that
set
should work. Uh-huh.
of of yeah, vector of vector.
No, no. Why do you want to do that? A set of vector of int would have worked, right? Why are you taking a vector of int inside of a set?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, cause I am fixing the ith position. So
No. So what I'm saying is, uh, initially you were taking a vector int, right? And
yeah,
vectors do not take care about duplicacy. So if there are duplicate elements, they'll store duplicate elements in them, right? So your
yeah,
outer vector was storing duplicate inner vectors in it. But now if you
yeah,
take
yeah,
set of vector of int, then it will take care that the inside vectors are not duplicate. Getting my point?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I can have a set, and I
Hmm.
can push
Okay, do you push in a
my.
set?
I have created a set of
Okay.
vectors,
Okay.
and I'm pushing my temporary vector.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I can make something like, let's assign it to a number current.
Mm-hmm.
Now if this current is
No,
present,
no, no. So you're mistaken actually. So your current actually would always be zero if you want that to be inside of a vector or set, right?
yeah, yeah,
So you're doing wrong over here. If you come back to the problem, so the problem was that you were predicting the answers as two. Okay, so the like the test case where it was failing is that you were predicting two sets, 000 and 000.
yeah.
Now those two
Yeah,
sets are
got
actually duplicate, and that's why it was failing. So what do you do if you have the
it.
answer but you also have duplicates? So you don't have to do all of this stuff, right? You just have to eradicate the duplicates
Yeah.
out of the answer.
So
Everything else
yeah,
is fine, I
so
guess.
for
Yeah.
that I can, yeah, so
No, so it already would be sorted. Why
I
do you want
can
to do
sort
this?
my
It
peers.
it already would be sorted, right? Because nums would always be less than nums would always be
Yeah.
less than nums.
Okay, so
So why
it
would you
would be
want to
sorted,
sort it?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even if you don't
Yeah,
do that, it doesn't
so
matter because set
if
only
that
stores
vector is
unique elements.
present, yeah, yeah, set stores in sorted way. So I can continue without checking here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this should work
Why do you think this should?
now.
Okay. Okay. Got your point. Cool. Let's try this. You
Yeah,
understand? Okay. Let's go ahead.
yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
so it doesn't have a push
That's why
function.
I asked you, like, said, okay, yeah, right. It has an insert, not a push method.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, let's move ahead.
Yeah, actually Q has a push function. So
No worries.
still got the TLE.
Right. Because you are continuing and
Yeah,
after that you are doing J++, K++, right?
yeah, yeah. I wasn't doing
Okay.
this part.
See, this
Okay,
is the thing that
so
you've done wrong. So what's the thing that you're doing wrong over here? Can you analyze it? There's just one thing that you are doing wrong.
I think what I'm doing wrong here.
Okay, now
I'm
this is a
storing.
fast round for you. So you have
Okay,
just 3 or 4 minutes to solve it. I'm telling you the
yeah,
thing that you're doing wrong. You have to solve it now. Okay. Okay. So
okay.
what I actually doing is that you are unconditionally incrementing j and decrementing k. Would it always be the case that you need to increment j and increment k? Could it be the case that you want to keep your j fixed and you just want to decrement your
Yeah,
k?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it, got it, got it. Like I can have something like this, like same numbers, two, two, two,
Not even about chain
and
numbers
A7,
or
right?
something, right?
So this should
It's
have a
okay.
7.
No, no, no. So why you're getting mistaken is, let's say you had your I fixed, right? And then you
Yeah,
started varying your j and k. Now it's
yeah,
possible that, and let's just put some indices onto that. So let's say your I is 0, right?
yeah,
So your j definitely would be 1 at the very starting.
yeah.
And let's say there were 10
Mm,
elements, so your k is 9.
mm,
Now, when you'll start from 0, you'll say, okay, my j is 1, my k is 9, and you'll see if the answer is 0, well and good. Else, like if it's 0 or if it's not 0, you'll anyway decrement the values of j and
yeah,
k, right? But the
yeah.
problem is, now let's say there was a valid pair with indices 0, 5, and 9. So you'll
Mm,
never would be able to check that because you would have already decreased k. You getting my point?
yeah. I got it. So yeah, 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 yeah.
So what do you need
Like
to do
I
over here?
wasn't following two pointer. Like in two pointer, we have to check for three conditions. If I got equals to,
Right,
if I got a greater than, or I got a less
right,
than.
right. Do that.
Yeah, and it will also fill for, I guess, this case.
Right.
Let's
No, it
suppose
won't
I
actually.
have.
It'll work because anyway we don't want duplicates, right?
Yeah, yeah, okay. They won't need for duplicates, so it should work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can check for something like here I can do something like this, and if my number
And just choose
is
the else
what,
over there.
yeah, I should
Okay.
use else. If this is greater than 0, uh,
Okay.
that means I can't move. Like I have to decrease my k,
Okay.
else I have to increase my j.
Fine.
Yeah. So now I guess it will work.
Let's see.
Yeah, sorry.
Time limit exceeded. Why is that
Yeah,
the case? Try to find out. Be quick. So your algo is working, but it's still giving you a
it's
TLE. Why so?
giving me a TLE.
You can do
So
one thing. Can you
uh,
remove that if statement? Can you remove that
if
if st dot find? Yeah, this one. Can you remove this?
yeah,
Right.
but if I remove
Then
this, I
also
want
remove the answer dot pushback statement at line 25.
answer dot pushback. Okay.
Okay, and then at the end, instead of like now you have answers in the temp, right?
Yeah.
So what you'll have to do is you'll have to convert the answers back to answer. So right now you have
Mm,
all the answers in the set. You have to convert them back into a vector or vector. At the end, just do
yeah.
that. After the
Okay.
algorithm
Okay.
is over,
Okay.
yeah, just do it over here. Let's see if this works for you.
Yeah. So now I have to store all the values that I have in my set to answer, right?
Right.
So I can push back those as well.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. So Like, but do I have to check for this condition, right?
No, 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 you don't need to check because set anyway considers only unique elements.
Okay, yeah, got it, got it. Yeah,
And you are also making temp every time, so that was also not required. Instead of making a temp,
yeah,
you could have directly pushed the elements.
push that. Yeah,
That would have actually helped you. Okay, so
yeah.
just do
So
that modification. Now it's just one test case that's failing or two test cases. Earlier, another test case was failing, so it's also
yeah,
time limited.
so
So just do that modification I just told you about. Okay, the
okay,
temp thing.
so I don't have to make a use of time.
Yeah,
Instead of that, I can just have
right.
should or could I have used like another set that
Yeah,
would
you
be
could have
fast?
also done that. Yeah, you could have also done that, but let's try to submit it. If not, then we'll use the another set.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It got accepted.
Cool, Ayush,
Okay,
your interview
so
lasted for around 28, 29 minutes. But yeah, just explain me the time complexity for this.
yeah, so like order like this will run n times,
Mm-hmm.
and for this I'm using two-pointer approach that
Mm-hmm.
works in order of n time.
Okay.
But I am inserting in my set,
Okay.
so that takes like order of log n, I
Right.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's something like n square log n.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Okay, so what's the space complexity?
and space complexity is like I'm making a answer variable,
Mm-hmm.
like an asset variable to store
Mm-hmm.
all my triplets. And how many triplets do I have? It will be around for every n. I think I should have n into n plus 1 by 2 pairs.
Not
So it will be,
exactly, but yeah, some the order is
yeah,
fine. Yeah.
yeah. This many pairs
No, no.
for
So
every n. So it
you
will be,
did n into one, right? So not that case. It's actually order of n square only. Uh, okay, never mind. So that's fine. No,
yeah,
no problem with that. So you got the answer. You got understood the solution, and you were able
yeah,
to tell me the solution as well. What I'll recommend is that you tend to get confused in the very basic scenarios. For example, that said don't have duplicate elements in them, and how you could have used it to simplify your answer. Then you got confused later on in how to efficiently use the two pointer approach. So
yes,
all
sir.
these things are places where you can improve and you should improve. I'll say, right? You are able to understand the hints, and frankly speaking, I was not expecting you to solve this question because this is a bit tough. But I'm glad you were able to come up with the right approach, and you were able to code it. But then the point is that even if you're able to come up with the right approach and still you make